Do you know, guys, if there was ever a remake of a classic horror film that screamed virtually right from the start, please don't do this, please don't do this, please don't inflict this rubbish on us, it is this. Oh my God. What an awful experience I've just had. Hi guys, welcome to another video. Hope you're all keeping well. Now, as you probably gathered from the intro to this video, my opinion on this awful remake of one of my all-time favourite horror movies, 1977 classic made by Dario Argento, Suspiria. This dreadful with a capital D movie has really not only disappointed me, but actually angered me. I've watched some pretty, well, you know, if you've been watching me videos, I've watched some pretty dire remakes in my time, but this load of rubbish has reached a new peak in utter garbage, and I mean utter garbage. It was a load of poppycock. It was a load of crap from start to finish, and I mean crap. They destroyed the good memory of that 1977 classic by Dario Argento, Suspiria, by releasing this abomination of a movie onto us. Oh, I did not enjoy one single minute of this movie, guys. It was a load of bloody rubbish. I'll just read you the back of it anyway, if you're not familiar with it. I think I'm even wasting my breath doing that. I hated it that much. Breathtakingly inventive. I don't know about breathtakingly inventive. Breathtakingly dire. A darkness swirls at the centre of a world-renowned dance company. One that will engulf the artistic director, Tilda Swinton, an ambitious young dancer, Dakota Johnson, and a grieving psychotherapist, Lutz Ebersdorf. Some will succumb to the nightmare, others will finally wake up. From Oscar nominee Luca Guadagnino, featuring an original score by Radiohead's Tom York. Awful movie. An absolute insult to the memory of the classic, as I said before, Dario Argento's 1979 horror movie Suspiria. It was a load of rubbish from start to finish. There was not one single scene in this, guys, I liked. The story was all over the place. The acting was dire. I did not like the dirty dishwater colour. Totally removed from the lovely colour, that so synonymous with the original 1977 remake of Suspiria. Just a couple of details about this. It was based on a screenplay by David Kajganich and directed by Luca Guadagnino. Even the pronunciations of some of the, screenplay by David Kajganich, directed by Luca Guadagnino. It stars Dakota Johnson, Tilda Swinton, Mia Goth, and Chloe Grace Moretz. Awful movie, guys. And I don't know. I don't know. I got through it. It was that boring. It was that rubbish. And that weird ending. What the bloody hell was that all about? Can somebody please tell me? Because I don't know. I've seen some pretty bad remakes, guys, in my time, but this was really bad. And I mean, it was really bad. I'm not beating about the bush here. If anybody actually prefers this, anybody on this earth anywhere prefers this to the original 1977 classic, well, I can't understand you. That's all I've got to say. If you prefer this rubbish to the original, words fail me. This was terrible, guys. It really was, no word of a lie. I absolutely hated it. And, even talking about it, I feel as if I'm wasting good air, even giving it screen time. There's a stills there, guys, from the back of it. Oh, it was terrible, guys. It really was. I just come down from downstairs now from watching it, and I just had to come up and do a quick review about it. I've seen some pretty bad remakes in my time, guys, but this takes the cake. It was a big joke. It was rubbish. It was boring. As I say, the colour was horrible. That dirty dishwater colour I describe it as. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It wasn't even worth a bloody penny. I don't know about bloody $8.99. Yeah, so I'm going to bring this on eBay. If anybody wants to buy it, like, which, I very much doubt, but I'll put it on anyway, but oh yeah, it was terrible, guys. I was actually, it actually annoyed me, this movie. It really did. I hated it that much, the Suspiria remake. Nowhere near as good as the original, and I don't think if they even done another remake, I don't think it'll come up to that classic from 1977. One of the greatest horror movies ever made, and I can't understand some of these people that don't like it. And I even more, I can't understand, the minority who like this, they prefer this to the original. All I can say is you've got no bloody taste. This was dire, it really was. Oh, and the characters, and they even had the audacity to give Jessica Harper a little cameo appearance at the end. Even she couldn't save it, from being a total train wreck. The story was weird. It was nowhere near as good as the original. I didn't like the witches in the school. It was a strange, weird movie. Oh yeah, it was terrible, guys. I think this must win the award now for the worst horror remake I have ever seen. It shot straight to #1. This has reached a new peak in rubbish. This remake. It should never have been made. The script should never have been written. They should leave. I've said this before. I've got to say it again. They should leave these classic horror movies alone. They shouldn't touch them. If they can't. All right, if they want to take the story in a different direction. But it's got to work, because otherwise, if you write a crap story with crap characters and crap acting, it's not going to work. People aren't just going to like it. And I'm sorry I bought this. I've been curious, I wanted to find out how it compared to the original. Oh boy, did this movie annoy me. Yeah, and even near the end, I got that bored. I started to just near the end, fast forward, and the bloody thing still kept going on. There was no end to it. It seemed infamous, I pressed the fast forward and that went to that bloody scene, that weird scene at the end where you see the owl woman all, her skin's all, it was horrible. All her skin was like, I can't describe it, guys, her skin, the owl witch or whatever she was, but oh yeah, it was terrible, yeah. And what the most annoying character in this, they had this elderly woman there, and in the ballet school and that, and she was wandering around like a zombie. Don't know what was wrong with it. And she had these big thick black spectacles like Ronnie Corbett used to wear. Like Ronnie Corbett glasses and that. Oh yeah, she was really annoying, really strange. And the main protagonist at all, I didn't think much of her. I didn't feel anything at all for these characters, guys. Absolutely, it was a load of rubbish. That's all I've got to say. It was a load of utter rubbish with a capital R. And if you're thinking about watching this, I'll be very surprised if you like it. That's all I've got to say. It was that bad. It was really, really bad. No word of a lie. I said I've seen some rubbishy horror movies in my time, but this takes the cake, guys, for being a really, really dire bad movie, and an insult to the wonderful 1977 Suspiria by Dario Argento. I don't want to see any more remakes of classic horror movies. They should leave them alone. God, they've got enough writers sending scripts into Hollywood. Why don't they bloody get some original scripts, and make original movies instead of going back to classics and totally making a dog's breakfast of them, like they made a bloody dog's breakfast with this pile of junk. Oh, where's the nearest waste paper bin? All right then, guys, I've had me rant now. I won't say any more about it. But, oh, yeah, it was terrible, guys. It really was, I had a feeling, I wouldn't like it. But, oh, God, I hated it more than I expected to hate it. I really, really hated it. Not one single second of it I liked. That's how bad it was. Not one single second did I like of this utter load of tosh. Okay, guys. Now, you've been warned. If you're thinking about getting this, heed my warning. Yeah. All right, then, guys. On to it right. I don't need to say what I'm going to... what rate I'm going to give this. It's going to be 0 out of 10, because that's how much I hated this pile of crap. Yeah, big fat 0 out of 10. And as I say, The story was rubbish. It was all over the place. You know, it wasn't even scary. You know, there's not one scary moment in this, guys. It really wasn't. And, you know, and these people that like it, you need to explain, what did you like about it? What did you like about it? Because as far as I'm concerned, there was nothing to like about it. Being blunt, like, there was nothing to like about it. It was a load of bloody rubbish. Yeah. All right, then, guys. That's me review of the awful remake of the classic Dario Argento movie Suspiria. Have you seen this by any chance? What did you think of it? Do you share my opinion? I hope you bloody do. Do you share my opinion that it was a load of rubbish and it's only fit for the dustbin? Let me know in the comments down below. Discuss, yeah? And, oh, yeah, this has won the award, guys, for being the worst remake of a classic horror movie. It stands head and shoulders above all the other piles of excrements as being the worst ever horror remake I've ever seen in my whole life. Alright then, guys, that's it. Rant's over. Usually, if you like the video, please be to share, subscribe, comments, and all going well, I'll be back when I can sort of like regain me equanimity. You know, hopefully the next movie I watch will be much better than this. You know, I'll tell you for sure it won't be a bloody remake I'll be watching. Yeah. Alright then, guys, that's that. Usually, if you like it, please be to share, subscribe, comments, and all going well, I'll be back again very soon with another video. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now. Now, if you just excuse me, I'll just go outside and put this in the dustbin. Ta-ta! What do you think of the movie so far then, Al? Rubbish!